Welcome to Mike's Choice 1 channel. Today I am going to tell you how you can enjoy your trip to Sri Lanka in a better manner. If you can go on Sri Lankan Airlines, you would be able to start enjoying your journey to Sri Lanka from the time you step inside. When you come out from the Bandaranaike International Airport arrivals, you would come to this area where you can exchange your money and also get a mobile connection. Dialog and Mobitel are the best mobile operators. They got the best coverage around the country. It is cheaper to get tourist connection if you are in Sri Lanka just for 30 days. Much cheaper than buying a roaming connection online. You could exchange some money at the airport so that you can get the travel organized with that money. But outside, you would have authorized money exchanges who would pay you more. You could reserve transport prior arrival or get an Uber or pick me at the airport. There are few taxi counters inside the arrivals. Kangaroo Cabs is such a good one. If taking taxis when you are in any location, check the rate with Pick Me app. Pick Me is the Sri Lankan version of Uber. Sometimes even Pick Me drivers may try to play you. Okay, now we are in the heart of Colombo. We are just passing the Presidential Secretariat now. It is on our left side. If you want to stay in a comfortable hotel in Colombo, there are many options. You can also look at apartments where you would not have the services like food etc., but all other amenities are provided. If you look at reserving an apartment out of Colombo, it would be even cheaper. Presidential Secretariat was formerly used as the Parliament of Sri Lanka. This is the area where all the key hotels are located and have high-end shopping too. There are many excellent restaurants also in this area. Dutch Hospital is one such area. In Dutch Hospital area you can find Ministry of Crab, which is serving excellent Sri Lankan mud crab. Even the Shangri-La Hotel Colombo is a great location for food and accommodation. But it is bit towards high-end. If you are looking at a reasonable rate in Colombo, there are many other options. Grand Bell is one of them. Then you can also find Ramada Hotel Colombo. If you are familiar with older hotel names, Ramada is the old Holiday Inn. One Galface is one of the excellent shopping mall. If you forgot to bring some branded clothing, this location will be ideal for buying that type of material. Now we are inside that mall. We also found some fantastic Sri Lankan products inside the One Galface mall. You can also find some great restaurants inside One Galface. You would see many branded shops in here. Inside it is very comfortable as it is fully air-conditioned. Especially when you come in from hot sun, this is excellent. Amongst those international brands you would also come across some Sri Lankan shops. Most of them are providing either services or goods to high-end customers. But quality is really good. Odell has been a leader for a period more than a decade for such local material. Now let us move to next level to see what is there. In the next level we find a top-of-the-line Sri Lankan beauty care product outlet. This is called Spa Ceylon. This is, I think, just an outlet. Usually they also have their outlets along with spa treatment centers. Let us go inside and see what they got. Okay, now we are inside their outlet. You would see their product range. There are many who have come to purchase items from them. I think most of them could be even Sri Lankan community who live overseas who may have come for a holiday. Though their marketing is excellent and also products are good, I think they do have a bit more competition from Siddhalapa. Siddhalapa is an Ayurvedic type treatment center. I have experienced their services and they are really great. In Sri Lanka, spa treatment is given by men for men and by women for ladies. Next let me take you a very interesting location. If you want to buy some souvenirs of Sri Lankan origin, Lac Arcade would be a great place. But sometimes I feel if you can buy such items when you visit rural locations, it would be better for all concerned. It would be good for the manufacturer as well as for you. Only thing that you may have to keep in mind is biodiversity laws in your own country. If you are traveling to countries like Australia, insist on a certificate from them indicating that these would have been treated for insects. They do carry a lot of colorful masks and also other smaller wooden and other souvenirs made of natural material. In the past there were many souvenirs made of ivory and even turtle shell etc. But now those are banned. So even if someone say that they are made of such material, do not buy those. Yes, if you want to get some jewelry, you have shops for such in this place. You would find even stores which are selling gemstones or gem-studded jewelry in this place. Please remember, I am not marketing any brand or any particular products, but trying to provide you bit information which you can find in this place. Now I am going to take you away from all this boring shopping area to places that you must visit. We were heading to Dambala, to the place where you could get the village life experience. First place that we stopped was the elephant orphanage in Pinuela. When we landed there, it was the time those elephants who are allowed to roam would return after a bath. So the whole herd was just entering the elephant orphanage area. It was established in 1975 by the Sri Lanka Wildlife Department in a 25-acre coconut property adjoining the Moha Oya River. Elephant Orphanage was originally founded in order to afford care and protection to the many orphaned elephants found in the jungles of Sri Lanka. You would see these elephants have had a nice bath. But then you would also see that they are throwing sand on top of their body. For elephants, that is, a coolant or sand would retain the moisture in their skin. It was quite playful to see some of them stopping in front of us and doing that as if they wanted us to have a sand bath. Especially these two baby elephants. They were cute. I am certain you would not mind them throwing sand even at you. Would you? Pinawala is just one place where you would be able to visit an elephant orphanage. There are few other places similar to this. Then in Sri Lanka you do have many wild elephants. Even these elephants are not trained but taken from wilderness as they needed assistance or better care. Some of these elephants have lost their limbs due to war which was active for 30 years. So if you love elephants and seen them, this is one such place where you could do that in Sri Lanka. Now they do allow you to even feed some of these elephants. You can see me feeding an elephant. They love pineapples, bananas, and also melons. You can see how graceful they are and loving as they accept a little bit of fruit that we offered. You can buy a small offering as approved by the authorities, and then the Mahata, the trainer, will be with you to feed the elephant. I would highly recommend trying this if you are visiting Pinawala. You would see that the other elephant was also trying to get something from us, but the trainer did say that she got her feed earlier. But I did give her a banana. I would have loved to feed more, but there were many people for feeding these elephants. Most of the tourists would love to feed them as that would be an once-in-a-lifetime experience for them. I had fed an elephant during my training period at General Sir John Kotelawala Defence Academy, as Sir John had an elephant. Then it was out time to take a photo with the elephants. Another thing for your Instagram post. You would see that my wife became the videographer as she did not getting that closer to the elephants, but they are quite friendly animals. Yes, if you want to really have a good experience at this location you would need a half a day. You can even stay in a good hotel closer to this location. There are good restaurants around this too. We watched them for more than an hour. This place got good facilities too. If you want to take some things to remember other than the photos and videos, they do have small gift shop too. It was fun to watch these two baby elephants. They want us to feed them too. One even had a stick on its trunk and playing with that too. We asked their names too. They were Tissa and Sanja. We watched them for more than an hour. We hanged around this place watching various elephants and especially the two cuties. If you need more detailed video, please do let me know, as I do have heap of videos taken at this place but not going to upload those in this video. Soon after us there was a couple from overseas who were there to feed the elephants. Then we watched those cuties playing in the ground a bit away from the feeding location. See, they are not different to human children. All kids are similar, they like to play. Would you agree? We left the elephants to enjoy their day and went further up to Sri Lanka's hill country. Kandy is one of the must-visit locations if you are in Sri Lanka. What you are seeing here is the most important attraction in Kandy, called the Temple of the Tooth Relic. Kandy is a large city in central Sri Lanka. It's set on a plateau surrounded by mountains, which are home to tea plantations and biodiverse rainforest. The city's heart is scenic Kandy Lake, Bogambara Lake, which is popular for strolling. Kandy is famed for sacred Buddhist sites, including the Temple of the Tooth, Sri Dalada Maliga Shrine, celebrated with the Grand Isala Perahera annual procession. You just saw the beautifully decorated roof portion of the entrance and then the Sandakada Fana, which is at the bottom of the steps leading to temple. You would also see beautifully carved main entrance to offering area of the temple. Colorful frescoes are making it beautiful and setting a very calm atmosphere. If you noticed, the steps are done with granite. The Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic is a world-renowned place of worship, where the left canine tooth of Gautama Buddha is enshrined. The temple, which is venerated by thousands of local and foreign devotees and tourists daily, was named as a World Heritage by UNESCO in 1988. We are just passing the casket, which is carried on an elephant during the Perahara or the pageant. Next is the hall where devotees are making offerings to the Tooth Relic. Tooth Relic is held in a golden casket which has 7 layers inside an Inga shrine room. It is exhibited to public during very rare situations. The temple, which carries a lot of value to Buddhists all over the world, also has immense cultural value. The architecture is of unique Kandyan architectural style, with a combination of the unique style used to build Dalada Mandira, the shrines which house the sacred tooth relic previously in other kingdoms. Okay, Though Kandy has many interesting locations to visit, we did not stop over for all those places as our main interest was in Dambulla and to get the village life experience. We reached Dambulla quite late as we were enjoying the scenic drive. Finally we reached Jetwing Lake Hotel quite late. So my video was quite dark as the reception area was having a quite romantic lighting. This is why I had to add these photos taken next morning. Their welcome drink was made of hot plums, or in Sinhala, ambarella. It was quite tasty and a new experience to us. I am certain that most of the overseas tourists would have enjoyed it too. It is a good selection to introduce such local varieties for the welcome drink. Not only that, that hotel had many interesting features. We even loved all the food served and we opted for local cuisine. I hope the staff would have wondered as to why we, a Sri Lankan family, would love to have Sri Lankan food. But it was great. Even the staff were very friendly. Room was clean and the bathroom and toilet was great. They had a fantastic pool and a gym too. You can see the Sri Lankan breakfast buffet served next day morning. From booking to till overstay was over, we had a great experience. It was a quite eco-friendly hotel. I would explain those details on a separate video. Hence I am just sharing some photos for your information. I think our village experience started right at the hotel with that fantastic Sri Lankan food. After our excellent breakfast, we left to get our village life experience. Due to effects of COVID, by this time tourism was still picking up. Due to this reason, there were not many such places. We went to a place called Hiriwadunna. There we met the team and started our experience with a bullock cart ride. Even for me, it was a novelty as I had not ridden a bullock cart, though I had seen many during my childhood. I should thank Pradeep Almeida who gave me the link to get this experience booked. If anyone who is watching this have an issues with getting to know how to get one organized, I am happy to help. Please do feel free to contact me. They had a cart with 2 bullocks pulling the cart. And we had a quite distance to the village house that we were visiting. As the cart does not have an shock absorbers, you would feel the bumps. To make things even worse, it was raining that day. You could see that we were quite excited and happy we could get this experience. Okay, so in this part of the video you can see our road and the real bumpy ride. I was a bit worried whether the animal get a weight from us. But the answer from the driver was that the weight of the cart is balanced so that the bullocks would not get a heavy weight. If you listen to the original audio which I have on this, you would hear my conversions with the driver. Here we have a nice experience passing of 2 bullock carts going opposite directions. I do remember an old Sinhala song in which they talk about not having a reverse in bullock cart too. Throughout the tour we had questions for the driver. He indicated that they were getting quite a number of overseas visitors too. This village experience has many features. This project has commenced under a government-funded helping scheme. He also mentioned that due to COVID, whole operation came an abrupt end. In this bullock cart tour, we could also enjoy a bit of beautiful countryside. Not only that, we even saw a bit of wildlife as people those who would have travelled centuries ago in Sri Lanka. We stopped for a while to watch a peacock. After our bullock cart trip, we came to this lake for a roar. It was a catamaran. It was tricky to get on this raft as we are not used to such crafts. At Durst Ashanti was a bit worried, but after getting seated she was happy that she joined the tour. It was a beautiful area. We saw many water plants and some species of fish too. It was powered by 2 men with oars. Our guide was also one of them. He was providing us with many details on the surrounding plants, etc. It was the first time I really noticed a water plant called kumudu. This plant is similar water lilies. Some areas of the lake were still under Savnia or water hyacinth. They also said that there are few small crocodiles in that lake too. But we saw some people doing fishing using an inflated lorry tube. This tells us that the crocodile story may be not really true. There you go, that is the Kumudu plant and then the water hyacinth plants. Here you would see one person happily fishing using an inflated tube. So in rural Sri Lanka, still this type of work is being carried out. After our boat tour in the lake, we started our walk through the farmlands to the village house. We passed smaller plantation of wing beans, or in Sinhala Dambala. It was raining and a muddy road. At the end of that path, we reached the village house and greeted by the lady of the house. We washed our hands and legs before entering. I entered their kitchen area and they were busy preparing our lunch too. They were cooking snake beans and lentils. They had done 2 rotis for the team who had come earlier. They also had banan bells. They are using the traditional hearth with sticks. All utensils are made of clay or clay pots. This is what our grandmother used to cook long time ago. I still remember visiting both grandparent houses and Thate had a separate kitchen like this. Even we use clay pots at time nowadays if we are preparing a Sri Lankan cuisine. You would see that they have turned banana bell into smaller pieces and then put those to water with bit of lime to stop discoloring. They were using what we call Thai chilies, which is very spicy. We love that type of spice levels. Then they were also using shark dried fish. Here our guide demonstrating how to grind using good old Kurahangala or the stone grinder. You would also see my daughter trying out the stone grinder. So this is how Sri Lankan ladies have done grinding of various material for preparation of food. We do have karakan or finger millet, menari, which is called as common millet or proso millet, and also rice. Quite a number of Sri Lankan food are made with rice flour. Actually on this day what she was grinding was rice flour. What they do is soak rice in water for quite a period and then after draining all the water off take that for grinding. You add rice from top and then you can collect those grounded rice either from side or after taking the upper stone. This also gave those damsels good exercise. Okay, you know Sri Lanka is well known for finest quality tea. But Sri Lanka did not have tea before Britishers ruling the country. So what did general public drink? Yes, they drank various flowers or fruits after drying in the sun. We were served belly-mal tea or dried flowers from belly tree. Belly also known as golden apple, stone apple, or Bengal quince. The scientific name for the tree is eagle marmelos. In Sri Lanka we do use lot of coconut for preparation of curries. Coconut is plucked from the tree and then the husk is removed. After removing the husk you will end up with a coconut with a hard shell as shown in this video. So in order to get to the inner you need to break the shell. When this old lady was about to break the shell, I reminded her that we would like to taste the water inside. So she breaks it after finding a coconut shell. We tasted coconut water. But in reality best would be the young coconut or what we call as karumba. After breaking the shell, you need to scrape the coconut to get the edible inner. You may call it as grating too. For long years Sri Lankan people have used coconut scraper made either from wood or steel to get this done. Traditional scrapers are ones like this where you can it on it and then scrape the coconut. There is an art for doing that properly too. Actually you need to use only the correct level of load on it to make fine coconut scraping. You can also see Usher slicing wing beans for lunch. The lady in the house prepared some rice for her next episode. So she was cleaning rice or taking off the unwanted portion with this process. I do remember my aunts and grandmothers doing similar process in their village long time ago. After basic preparation of rice, the lady gave the opportunity to my daughter to powder it using another kitchen aid used in good old village-style kitchens in Sri Lanka. This is called wangadia, or in English mortar and pestle. Here we see a wooden mortar being used. They do have various mortars. Yes, we do have a mortar made out of granite in our place. And that has been passed down from my grandma to my mother and then to my wife, and it travelled all the way to Melbourne with us. You can see how difficult to learn to do pounding with a mortar and a pestle. We do have various sizes of mortars and also various sizes on pestles to match the relevant use. I think she finally got the art of using it. As a teenager, I have helped my mum to do the same during New Year or Urdu season. Even Usher can do this properly, as we had used it while in Sri Lanka. Now our food was ready and our lunch was served. Traditionally in Sri Lankan villages, people will either use a clay plate or a woven type of small basket like one with a banana leaf as the base to have meals. So today we had a basket with banana leaf to have our lunch. Lunch was served on clay pots as per traditional manner. We had white rice, lentil curry, that is again made using coconut milk. They also had snake beans, then okra, banana bell, then onions, and wing beans. We also had papadum and fried freshwater fish, as we call that is warm malu or fish from the lake. Banana bell was prepared in a different manner to that we are used to have. I think it also had bit of sprats in that. This is a simple but yet authentic Sri Lankan cuisine at its best. And the presentation was really appealing. Even the ambience improved our taste buds. Having a meal inside a village house with coconut thatched roof. Yes, everything is eco-friendly. Then we also had buffalo curd and kithil treacle along with banana. This curd is little different to yogurt, as it is prepared from milk taken from buffaloes, not the normal cows. This is an experience that you should have if you are heading to Sri Lanka. Preparation was excellent and food was very tasty. As indicated even earlier, we love Sri Lankan authentic taste. Here is the plate of food before having it without the desserts. Then we also had 2 parcels for our driver and the escort. Yes, we had an escort with courtesy of Sri Lanka Navy. Next we had the lesson on making or weaving coconut leaves. This is called a kadjan in Sri Lanka. You may call is as a coconut thatch too. It is not difficult as you see in this video, and my daughter was doing it for the first time in her life. She got hold of the art very fast. She not only learned it but also found a system to do it faster than shown to her by our guide. Then the lady in the house helped her to finish it, as that needed a bit different method. It was a great experience, and finally she completed making the kadjan as done in Sri Lanka. Kadjan or coconut thatched roofs are found in many areas of Sri Lanka. Usually kadjan houses are with clay fort just like in this house, and also with clay walls. Some of the clay walls are done using bamboo or stick frame, and some are done with kabak stones. Kabak is a natural hard soil in a rock form. These are cut into bricks and then they are used to make walls using either clay as the binder or cement as the binder. So in you see the lady in the house helping her to finish this coconut thatch. You need to lock the weave in a manner that it will not come loose. You would see that the house had seats made out of clay and covered with mats. These mats could be either done from pan reeds or even coconut leaves. These are called paduru too. With that lesson, our time at the village house at Hiriwadunna village came to an end. I must thank my friend Pradeep de Almeida, the owner of Villas Maya Habarana, then the guide who took around. I also thank Sri Lanka Navy for providing a comfortable vehicle for the tour. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel to motivate us for more such contents from various parts of the world. Thank you for watching us.